What up, loved ones? What it do? Spotty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick, man. Give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real, you know what I mean? So in this episode right now, I'm gonna share my experience doing time with the Paisas, aka the Border Brothers. So they are the Mexican nationals and they're from Mexico, but they just got caught up here in the California prison system. So they have their own car. It's called the Paisa car, Border Brothers. So I really got up close and personal with them. And they're good peoples, man. Also family oriented, and I feel like they have each other's back. So you know, I what can I say? And sometimes their names, usually what they call them, they would go by from their place, from where they're from. Like for example, Sinaloa or Chihuahua, and there's a lot of those in the system. With the names like that. And yeah, going all the way back to Silmar Juvenile Hall, uh, there wasn't no Paisa car over there. This was back in 2003. I don't remember having them a Paisa car, but they had some Southsiders that was like kind of Paisa in a way, kind of like not. They're really embraced the Mexican culture because pretty much that's where they're from. But in Silmer Juvenile Hall, they're banging Southside pretty much. They're from a Southsider neighborhood, so you know there wasn't a Paisa car. And then go fast forward to CYA, there wasn't a Paisa car either. They would still have those like Southsider that are Paisas, but they would be from a Soreño gang, even though they don't speak English that much and stuff like that. So fast forward again back to the penitentiary. This is where you'll have their own car, the Paisas, the Border Brothers, and shit. If you ask me, they got the connect, man. Because I spoke with some of them, and I'm cool with some of them, the ones that I did business with, and sometimes, yeah, you'll hear stories about the Sureños, the Southsiders, treating them like a second-class citizen or whatever, like because the Sureños would be the deepest prison gang here in California, so they're like the dominant prison gang, and they overpowered. They're way more deeper than the Paisas. So, for example, if there was a bed, the priority would be a Southsider having that bed instead of the Paisa having the bed. So it's different. But getting to know them more, I learned that, yeah, sure, it may not be their country, but if you go to their territory, their hood in Mexico, shit, it's a whole different ball game over there. So I'm gonna leave it as that. And some of them are really connected. They're really from where they said they're from, and they got money, man. So some the folks that I was doing business with, they got money, and I even worked with them in the kitchen. I remember that. So it's cool. Me personally, cause in the prison in the Pinta, there's different kinds of folks over there. Like you got the ones that fuck around. Like me, I was fucking around. I'm not gonna lie. I've said it before in my videos. I did it before. I was into slamming. Slamming means injecting drugs in your vein, like freaking heroin, crystal meth, cocaine, whatever you can put in a spoon and register through the veins. That's called slamming. And yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not faking the funk or trying to lie. I did all of that. So you got those people that fuck around, and then you got those people that are just regular sober status, man. Like super disciplined. Like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck around despite being in a place where there's so much fucking dope and stuff like that. They just chose to live pretty much not taking any risk, man. You're not taking any risk, or they probably can't afford to get drugs, or you never know whatever their reason is. But you know, but I was when I finally hit a place where they had stuff like that, they had dope. Yeah, I did it. I did all of that. You know, I experienced all of that, and uh, what do you call this? But I'm gonna talk about the discipline later on, the soberness and the importance of doing that. But I'm talking about my time right now with the Paisas, and because, like I said earlier, they have the connect, and I could always count on them. Even if it's the yard is dry, somehow, uh, I can always count on them and shit, you know. So yeah, it depends on your hustle, man. However you get your shit, you know. Your If you just wanna like I said, if you just wanna make some money on the don't get high on your own supply trip, then yeah, you got those people, and you got those people that fucks around also, and then you even got those people in there that fucks around on the low on some hypocritical stuff and act like they don't. You know, I don't get it. If you do, if you do. If you don't, you don't. Fuck what everybody thinks. You know. And if you get yourself caught up, you're taking that risk. You're gonna end up getting stabbed, killed, or even catch life in prison because now somebody disrespected you, doesn't want to pay your debt. Then the real comes out, and you got no choice. Are you gonna bust a grape and stab that person, or you just gonna be a bitch about it? There's a lot of options, you know. So anywho, yeah. To answer some of the questions, also, I used to get sometimes when there's nothing in there and I can't get my own, I will get it from some of the dependable paisas that I fuck with and shit, and that's the pros of being in the Asian undercard, because you could do business with everybody else without having repercussions or anything like that. We don't have a rule where you can't talk to this race, you can't do business with them, or else you get stabbed. We don't have that, you know. And I'm gonna talk about that later on, how we get down and how we function, you know, as a unity, as a car. But yeah, so I would get a gramo of, for example, our carga or chivas is called heroin. That's what they call it over there. And I know some people, man. I know who to get it from. And sometimes I would get a gram, and that would be like a little ball of freaking some black, some carga, some heroin, and it's all about the quality. It depends if it's good or bullshit. If it's bullshit, we call it the fucking El Banco, because it's bunk, it's boo boo, it's not good quality, and you will know. You can't hide it. So it's all about the quality, because people know about it. Everybody will know about it. And yeah, I will get a gram, and I will divide. For example, I get a righteous gram, a pretty cool size gram, and then I will divide it into four quarters. So the 200 that I invested, and then I cut it off into four quarters, I could sell those quarters, also known as, they call it cuartito, for $75 to $100 each. So it's like turning the 200 that I invested into more, you know. So when it comes, there's always gonna be a lot of ways to hustle, you know. And like I said earlier, it's all about the quality. And sometimes it even came to the point where uh, they would have a quarter. First of all, there's no scales in there, so you can't say what a quarter is or what a gram is. You're just gonna take a look at it, and if you got a good eye, you will know if it's a righteous one or not. If you can feel it, you can touch it, then you will know. Uh, for me, if you ask me, some of the grams that they got in the pin in the pinta in prison, they're not even real grams. They're probably like half a gram in real life in the streets when you put it in the scale. But they just call it a gram. They just make up their own shit, call it a gram. They put it in a chapstick cap and fucking call it as what it is and shit. That's how they measure shit. But so back to my story, the quarter. Sometimes I will get a quarter from somebody. I'll get a quarter from somebody from this race. Cut a little piece of the fucking quarter, put it in a spoon for myself, and then wrap it up again. Wrap up the same quarter that I had bought and took a piece out of it. It's all about the presentation. I wrap it up good and get rid of it, dispose it, the same price. So pretty much like I got high for free. So there's really a lot of fucking ways that you can do to get high for free or get your money. If you're just so focused and just all about the money, no partying, no none of that stuff, yeah, you could definitely do that. And a lot of people was doing that, you know. But see, what they don't understand is I came from a 4 yard in the 180s in Pelican Bay and all this other bullshit. And I've been to the hole so many times when there was really nothing. Even if you wanted to, you can't do anything. So it just depends, you know what I'm talking about. But you really test yourself, I believe, is when you put yourself in that situation when there's all the temptations in the world and yet you have the discipline to not fucking go through what your body is telling you to do, because the flesh is weak. So that's what I call discipline, man. So yeah, so back to what I was saying, my partying days back in Calipat, Calipatria. That's what I used to do, man. And I used to work with them in the kitchen, man. Some of the paisas, bro. And I share the same outfit with them. The outfit meaning the ere, the injection, the needle where you register in your veins. I would share with some of them, man. Sometimes I got one, sometimes I don't, but usually I do. And you know what I'm talking about? And it was really stupid. It was really retarded of me not thinking about the fucking risks, HIV, hepatitis. It is really stupid. I come to think about it, but it happened. I learned from that, man. And luckily, like I said, a lot of freaking miracles, man. I was sharing that with the Paisas, with the Southsiders, you know. Like I said, I got up close and personal with them, man. Sometimes we would be in the kitchen fucking playing around. Sometimes I'll be by myself sometimes, and depends on what shift, AM shift, PM shift. I'll be horse playing with them, man, with the Paisas, just fucking around and shit, body shot or whatever. But this is the level 4 year, just calipad, man. And fucking sometimes I'll be so quick, fucking doing some crazy shit, boom bam, boom bam, and they'll trip out, fucking Chino Cochino, Jackie Chan, you know. It's cool, man. Like I said, so I know a lot about their ways, how they get down, and I got nothing but respect for them, you know what I'm talking about? Because, like I said, real recognize real, man. A lot of people, they play the part, but in the end, when shit gets rough, they fucking lock it up, they piece it up. So that's how you find out. You really got to put somebody in that situation to find out the real character, you know? And, yeah, sometimes there would be a fight. I believe it was a Pacquiao and fucking Margarito fight and shit. And then them fools like, oh, yeah, I got Margarito. You know, what's up? I got Pacquiao and shit. So we bet like $50. That was an easy win, man. you know, it was cool, man. We were all doing time. We were all feeling the same fucking feeling and shit. It's just a matter of strength and discipline. How you gonna carry yourself and shit. So I learned a lot of shit. I learned a lot of lessons that I did through experiences. You know, uh, all was well, all is good, and That's pretty much all I can say about them. Don't You can never underestimate them. Even though they're outnumbered, they will fight back with straps. I don't think they're scared, man. As a matter of fact, I don't really see a bunch of Paisas locking it up that much, man. They don't really be locking it up. They don't really be PCing it up, man. So they know what's up, because like I said earlier, man, real recognize real. Anywho, that's my little story about the Paisas, the Border Brothers, and I'm gonna go on and fucking share my experience with everybody else, because like I said, this is my point of view, and I've studied and learned about everybody else. So thank you for watching, man, all you guys. Say what you mean and mean what you say, because real recognize real, homeboy. I'm out of here.